Welcome to Laurie's Little Studio. I'm Laurie, and today I am going to be making a pin cushion, but not just any old pin cushion. Not that any of them are any old. It's just this one is going to contain emery sand. Emery sand is an abrasive sand. We use it to work on our fingernails. And this particular sand is loose, and I believe it is an ebony color. No, it's brown. Okay, I'm going to pour a little bit out onto a paper towel so that you can see what it looks like. Don't want it to spill. This emery is so fine and so, I don't know, it's just super fine. There is a little bit left on this paper towel, and I don't even know if you guys can see it because of how totally, and then there's a little, but you can see how fine it is. It looks like just a barely there glitter. So for that reason, I'm going to use very lightweight interfacing to line this fabric. This is just adorable to me. I love this fabric. I bought it and I haven't used it for anything. I, honest to goodness, just think it's adorable. It's a Robert Kaufman print, Forest Fellows, and I believe it was on sale, and that's why I bought what I bought. My daughters love it. My sister and I both love it. It's just too cute. So she's got like a butterfly, a flower, another butterfly. I could cut around the dough, or I could use the little raccoon, which is really cute. But I'm going to need at least two with some additional fabric strips. The other thing I had thought about doing was quilting something, but I don't know that I want to quilt. I know I don't want a piece, especially with this. This has to be fussy cut for sure. I love the fox. I love all of the little fox, like this one right here. I think that is just precious. Now I'm thinking I wouldn't be able to stick pins in it. We'll see how I did. I cannot get the theme song to Downton Abbey out of my head. I'm sorry, it's just, driving me crazy. Okay, so I did pretty well. I have just a little spot right here that needs to be straightened up. And of course, I want this to be about 1.5 inches. So I will take my ruler, if I can find it. Oh, here it is. I'll just use this one. so that because my blade is super dull, I just roll it over several times. And I recommend that until you have the fabric removed from the right side, if you're right hand cutting, you don't move this ruler out of the way. Okay, now I can put my straight side along one of these lines and go ahead and cut. So I need to line up the fold along a line down here and this straight edge along this line right here to get a good, straight cut on the other side. And I want this as wide as this ruler. And again, I'm going to roll over several times. Okay, and there we go. I really should replace this blade. It's awful, awful dangerous. Should never do that. Okay, now I need to make sure I have enough, which I think I do, to go all the way around. I have to unpin this and then take both of my squares and this piece to the ironing board where I can press my interfacing onto all of these pieces. Alright, and when I cut this off of the interfacing, I will be using my paper cutting scissors. I just put parchment paper down on my ironing board and then just iron the interfacing to my project. Glue side to the back of the fabric and then just trim away. Alright, so I have all of my fabric sort of kind of cut. Now you do have to leave an opening for the place for you to pour the sand after you get your fabric turned around. And you have to kind of decide where you want that to be. Alright, so now I'm going to attach the binding to this square. I guess we'll call that a square. By stitching, we're going to go up to this corner. As you can see, I've done it once before, but I didn't like the way it looked, so we're doing it again. The way I'm going to do it is I'm just going to cut this corner at an angle. Now it's not going to want to lay flat because it's not cut, but we can cut that once we're done doing this part. Just have to keep everything lined up. So So we're just going to kind of hold this up like so and go around that corner. And come back down. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Turned out like that. I'm looking for holes, which I don't see. This is how it looks. Of course, realize that my two pieces of fabric are not perfectly square, nor are they perfectly rectangular. Like this is cut at an angle, this is kind of cut wonky. This works perfectly. This type of sewing works perfectly for something like this. So see how this is kind of off right here. It's kind of cut like that. This will hide that. But next I need to make sure that I have this attached to itself and no holes. So I'm going to turn this back this way again, and then I'm going to line this up and stitch straight down here like this, right into that point. Now I am going to trim off the extra. Make sure I'm only trimming off the extra, like so. And then I'm going to stitch right along this again. I want that to be very well stitched. I don't want any holes where the emery will come through. Okay, there, perfect. All right, this will fit down inside, and we'll just do the same thing, but we must leave an opening through which we will turn it to the right side. And I think I'll do that on this part right here. So what I need to do is pin in the corner. I didn't leave a really large opening, so it could take me a minute to get this turned. Oh, there it is. I was looking for my point turner. It's kind of cute. I'm going to go ahead and pour all of the emery in here. But I also want to be sure that it's fluffy enough, and I will probably, if I need to, add some polyfill. All right, so I was just talking to my sister like I do every day at 2:30. And so here we are, and it's stuffed. I put the extra polyfill, just some of this in there. And then I'm just gonna hand stitch this little section right here closed. So here is our little fox with the emery in there. Bama's having a fit because the EPS, or no, Prime dude is here. I almost feel like I could just have him. Okay, so the yarns came, and I'm a little bit disappointed because, first of all, this is too small for me to use with this hook, and it's just literally not what I thought I was ordering. This was supposed to be cream, and it is black. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it and use it, but I'm really kind of surprised that this is what I've gotten when this is not what I ordered. Right. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this wound up and think about what in the world I'm going to do, whether I will use it or not use it. I don't know. I mean, in a way, it does kind of add a pop. It's interesting. And it's something unexpected from me, something I would never, ever have imagined I would do. So, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, please consider doing so. I would love to have you join us. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.